you, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a really simple whole wheat pumpkin muffin recipe from scratch. And if you're anything like me, I used to think that cooking out of a box was a lot easier and from scratch recipes were just not the thing. But I'm telling you, this is so much not only easier, healthier, but it's so much more financially sound because a lot of times you're going to have these ingredients already in your house. So if you have a good pantry, you're gonna have these ingredients and you're gonna be able to make tons and tons of muffins as opposed to buying boxes and boxes of stuff. So let me go over the ingredients and then we're gonna get started and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1.5 cups of flour, and I'm using whole wheat flour. Now, I don't know if it'll come out different if you don't use whole wheat flour. This is the whole wheat white flour from Trader Joe's. So I'm using whole wheat. This is a whole wheat recipe. It'll come out better if you use the whole wheat. You can also use an alternative flour like spelt. I don't know if you guys are into that, but we just use whole wheat. We're not gluten intolerant here in our house, so we use that. The second ingredient that you want to use is honey. Now you're going to need 1/2 cup of honey. You're going to need 2 eggs. You're going to need, now this I'm putting butter in. I'm actually going to use real butter. So for butter, we're actually using 1/3 cup of butter. Now, you can use something alternative like applesauce. I know some of you guys substitute that. You can also use coconut oil, but you do need some kind of oil since there's no milk in this recipe. So we are gonna use that. I'd be interested to know if any of you will actually substitute that for milk. So let me know if you give that a try. We're going to use just regular pumpkin puree. This is 1/2 can of pumpkin puree, so you need about 1/2 cup. The cans come in about 15 ounces, but I'm going to use just half. I used the other half a couple days ago for something else, so I'm going to use it up because I saw it in my fridge and I did not want it to go bad. Okay, so for some spices and other dry ingredients, you're going to need in this little dish, I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I have 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So you'll see those in there. And then here is my spice. Now you can either use 2 teaspoons or even 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, but I don't actually have pumpkin pie spice. I just have the regular spices in my house. So what I have here is about 1/2 teaspoon of each. I have 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of cloves that I actually have whole and I just grind them up because that's what we do here. And then I have 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, which I put in my freezer and I just shred it, and I'll show you what that looks like. And 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And if you look up pumpkin pie spice, that's what's actually in the actual pumpkin pie spice. So I just have the actual ingredients and it works for us. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put in the dry ingredients and then I'm going to make a little hole and then we'll put in the wet ingredients. So what I meant by making a hole is just basically putting in the dry ingredients and then kind of making a well in the middle and then putting in your wet ingredients. So I'm going to add those in, mix them around, and then make a well. I'm going to add in the eggs, the honey, and the butter. I'm going to mix these ingredients in, then I'm going to add in the spice. Some people add in the spice when they put in the dry ingredients, but I just like to have the spice mixed in with everything. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to fold in the pumpkin puree. So I'm going to mix this together. You can also use a whisk if you'd like. So I have a whisk here. Whisk it together, and then add in the pumpkin puree. To freeze my ginger because when I buy it, I actually get a lot more usage out of it and I can just grate it right on a microplane. So I'll show you what that looks like. So what I do is I actually keep my ginger in a little hefty bag in the freezer and it's actually rock solid. You hear that? Then I use one of these little microplanes, and I got this from IKEA years ago, and I just grate it in. we do this for all of our recipes. Every single recipe that we use ginger a lot, so we don't even care about if you can see this skin. It all goes in, it all tastes good, and once it's grated, you won't know the difference. So I'm gonna keep mixing, and then I'm gonna fold in the pumpkin puree. You just want to fold in the pumpkin puree. You don't want to over mix it. You just want to gently fold it in. Once you have it nicely distributed throughout the mixture, you're going to put it in your muffin tins. Now again, I use my silicone muffin tins because these are the most economical and amazing kitchen item I have. I use them all the time. They're easy to wash. I never have to buy muffin liners, and I just basically love them. Let me show you what they look like. So these are my Wilson silicone muffin tins. They come in a pack of 12, and I always have them linked in every description box because ever since I've shown them, I get asked over and over again, what are they and where can you get them? And they are just amazing, guys. They are so easy to clean. You'll never need another muffin liner again. And I'm telling you, they will definitely change your life. You'll want to bake more often, trust me. Not only that, but they keep this amazingly clean. Look at this muffin tray. Amazing. All right, so I'm gonna fill these up. We're gonna put them in a preheated oven. I've been preheating the oven at 350, and we're gonna cook them for about 18 to 20 minutes on 350 degrees. Guys, it's amazing the consistency of this batter, and it makes just enough for 12. Look at my bowl, it came out just perfect. It's nice and fluffy, and they come out perfect. They'll rise up, they'll be just perfect when they come out. And I'm telling you, if you're like me and you thought that baking from scratch is kind of annoying and a little bit laborsome, give this a try. Get your muffin tins, try this recipe, and you will be sold. We're gonna get these in the oven now. Guys, I just took these out of the oven, and about 18 minutes later, they are just the right concoction of soft and firm. And guys, if you could smell them, oh my gosh. And what I love, again, not to keep going on and on about these muffin liners, but these are life. So I usually let them cool so that they don't stick to the silicone muffin liners, and they come out perfectly. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to share these with my family. Guys, you have to give these a try. Let me know if you're willing to try them, and come back to this video if you do, and leave me a comment. Leave me a comment now and let me know you're gonna try it though. Please give this video a like if you like these kind of videos. I wanna keep sharing some really easy recipes with you guys so that you know that cooking at home is not a drag, guys. Fast food is where it's at home. Fast food at home, guys. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, talk to you later. Bye.